Happy greetings, beautiful people of the world. Right now, as I am recording this, the solar eclipse is happening, and I decided to step in and share with you what I have been getting regarding this. So, March 2025 is the most fated and yet the most blank canvas of all, but it's an activated blank canvas, meaning whatever we write on it, whatever we start writing on it is going to rear up and complete the whole sentence on its own. That's how activated and ready to go anywhere, yet set in stone and written and fated it is. We are in charge and redirecting this energy through our choices and discernments and karmic returns. Now, this entire energy that is being brought in by this eclipse, I'm seeing in the form of a story or a scene. I'm seeing a boxer who's very agile in the boxing ring and knows exactly in that moment when to punch, when to maneuver, when to duck, and when and where to protect oneself, like a confident player, finding their way in the now in pure instinct and drive, and yet still moving. And the movement of their feet feels to me like the rhythm of a dance. And I feel that this boxer is hurting and exhausted and tired, yet there is a smile on the face and very excited. And the overall major feeling in all of the scene is the gratitude in this boxer's heart that says, I'm grateful for the chance of the opportunity to prove myself, grateful for the opportunity, grateful for the chance. And this is exactly what this solar eclipse is bringing. This chance to those who believe that they have the power to change the status quo of their own lives and the lives of all. This is a good eclipse, folks. Now, March 2025 is a decisive month, and there will be a report card too. Both eclipses that we had on the 14th and the one that we are having right now, their energies are going to be very active for the next 6 months at least. Energies of eclipses always are life-changing, we know that, but these are different, let's just say that. Now, this eclipse energy, this solar eclipse is announcing the end of a major life cycle and the beginning of a new one. This cycle that is ending today with this solar eclipse actually started in 1968, which was a partial solar eclipse on the very same date of 29th March on the very same degrees of 8 Aries. Then again we had another eclipse in 1987 on the same date and the same degree. That was a hybrid solar eclipse. Then we had another eclipse on the same dates, the same degree of Aries in 2006. That was a total solar eclipse. And the one that we are having today, right now, is a partial solar eclipse, and this is the end of what started in 1968. Now, here is the cosmic aha hallelujah moment in this entire situation. The eclipse that we had in 1968 was a 2 universal day. The one in 97 was on a 3 number day. The one in 2006 was on a 4 number day. And the last one that we are having today is on a 5 number day. And 5 is the number of inevitable motion. 5 is the number that breaks stuckness. 5 is the number that is a breaker of procrastinations and stuck energy. So the sequence that forms is 2, 3, 4, 5. It could have been any other sequence, isn't it? It would have been 4 first and then 3 and maybe 5. But this is a lineup of consecutive numbers and in the proper sequence 2, 3, 4, 5. The universe never speaks in flukes or mistakes or coincidences. It speaks in energy, frequency, and the form and function and message of that energy. So it's time to move, dears. Now, the last time this eclipse cycle ended was 372 years ago. And the next one on the same degree, same dates of Aries will happen after 315 years. So that means that we are going through life changing, once in a lifetime processes and changes. Now, as I am recording this, suddenly the famous song of ABBA called Voulez-vous started playing in my mind, and certain lyrics, only certain lyrics. And I'm sharing here with you what those lyrics are. And here we go again. We know the start, we know the end. Masters of the scene. We have done it all before, and now we're back to get some more. You know what I mean. Voulez-vous. Take it now or leave it. Now is all we get. Nothing promised, no regrets. Voulez-vous. Ain't no big decision. You know what to do. And my darlings, you know, we know what to do. Now, as I mentioned in my earlier posts, January and February were prep months for March. And oh my God, do we know why? A lot of life-changing paradigms have been happening, and I've shared it already on my TikTok. So you can go and check that out. They are very timeless kind of posts, very helpful. Now coming to the solar eclipse, on an energetic level, a solar eclipse is a revealing of a kind, a renewed call to self-love, self-power, self-reflection, situations that create the need of a renewed call to self-love, self-power, self-reflections, and new beginnings of some kind. And solar eclipses always happen on new moons. Now, on a physical level, a solar eclipse is the moon overshadowing the sun for a little while and the sun coming back to its light after it moves away. Now, on an energetic level, now we all know that the moon shines in the light of the sun. On an energetic level, a solar eclipse is the message that you cannot overshadow those who shine in their own light, like the sun. Now, new moons are also a great time for manifesting and doing good things for yourself. But most don't know why is it so. That's because the sun and the moon at that time are in the same house. And when the sun is in the same house with any other energy, it's the boss energy, it's around which all of them gravitate and revolve around. So its energy is the most powerful, and wherever the sun is, there is protection. So at that time, any distracting, disturbing paradigms are at a loss of their powers. And hence, it's the perfect time for focus and attention. And because the solar eclipse is happening on a new moon, this is also the perfect time to create, to set forth intentions. Now, the solar eclipse that is happening now is astrologically happening on the 8.53 and 8.59 degrees for both the moon and the sun and the moon. And because it's not exact, it's a partial solar eclipse. But I wanted to make a point here that I've seen many rounding up this degree to a 9, which in my personal opinion, I would never suggest, because every number carries a vibration, a frequency, a message, an energy, and rounding it off creates a different message altogether. It changes the frequency of the energy altogether. The universe never creates flukes or rounded off situations. The universe is an exact, precise science of energy that is flawless to its finish. It is a sovereign, self-sustained, yet all-expensive, all the times energy for a reason. Why? Because it deals with the exact. So 8.59 is 8.59 when you are discerning these kinds of things. It's not a 9. Now, the highlight of this eclipse story is the rare story that Mercury and Venus, two great friends and benefics, have been weaving around this event before and after. And this story starts in February 2025 and it ends in May 2025, and it's a great means to a great end in sight. Yet, however, this story for another time, it will make this thing too long. But one thing I can share with you right now is that, is it any coincidence that just one day before this eclipse, Venus touches 0 degrees Aries, which is the initiated degree, the most powerful degree in the entire zodiac wheel, the degree of new beginnings, right? And just after this eclipse, Mercury touches the same 0 degrees Aries. Nothing is ever a coincidence. And all of the events leading up to this eclipse are tremendous, and all of them are rare. I'm going to share them in another post. I've been mentioning this in my previous post as well. So you can imagine. And then also one more thing. Just after this eclipse, Neptune enters 0 Aries after 164 years. Means it's the first in our lifetime. Now, while I was tapping into the energy of this entire thing, I saw something else which I found very amusing and very interesting, because I myself am not a big fan of Neptune. And I saw Venus and Mercury and Uranus and Jupiter and Pluto say to a Neptune that has just entered the 0 degrees Aries point, and they're saying to Neptune, we are ready to take you on. We have made the necessary arrangements. And that's what my next pose is. What kind of magic are Mercury and Venus weaving around both of these eclipses, and what does it mean? And why are the rest of the planets saying this to Neptune, and so on? And what does it mean for us? Please remember, if you feel confused on some of the images and stories I write about, that excuse me, that I see everything on its energetic reality. And I see the real story and take my info directly from the reality and consciousness that I'm talking about. I do not channel. We all have gifts, and this is one of my gifts. So while the lunar eclipse on the 14th of March was more about karmic blows, karmic news, and justice returned, this solar eclipse is a sign to keep showing up for oneself more diligently and, if need be, more aggressively, because something fantastic and good is up. Now, who will benefit from this eclipse energy? This eclipse energy is like a tough mama kind of love. At the end of the day, those who remember their lessons and cherish them take away the winner's torch. And the message is, you have learned what you have learned. And when we have certain facts staring us in the face and we look the other way or are too scared of the aftermath of acknowledging that which is right in our face, we lose out on the big, B-I-G, all in capital letters, that could have been if we had taken the self-responsibility to face it. In one sentence, actions speak louder than words. Whether it is someone else's actions towards us, or whether it is our own actions for ourselves and towards ourselves, those who do not honor their hard and earned lessons, and those who do not honor what is right in front of them, have no right to blame anyone for what comes their way. In one simple sentence, and you will say she says this in every post because this is what it comes to, my dear friends, happiness requires courage. Now, April is the month where many will be laying strong foundations in their lives with this new energy. My sincere advice on what I am able to see and discern is focus on yourself. There are those who are taking care of the sanctity and security of this planet and of us. Do not listen to any of the fear mongering out there. The purpose of that fear mongering is to distract you from yourself. That's because this year of 2024 and this eclipse energy is ushering in phenomenal, life-changing empowerments for many whose energy signatures are going to change the entire trajectory of the earth and their individual lives like never before. God is great. And if something is beyond one's reach, it's then surrender to the highest of all, God, Creator, or whoever your go-to source is to pray. And I strongly recommend believing in the power of prayer. You know, humans don't know that their prayers are like magic wands and that their prayer words are like spells that ignite holy fires of love and light in the heavens and everywhere. And the pure intentions that we have in our prayers, they keep on ringing and banging the bells of the heavens until they are heard. Use them. And who knows, we do know that prayers are heard, and when we don't see the results, we feel that our prayers are not being heard. And I, for one, do not like it when I hear my guide saying it's for your good. But anyway, we know that prayers are heard, they are fulfilled. We have to keep on praying. The power of prayer is big, folks. Consider it one very important tool in your spiritual toolbox. So, as this cycle from 1968 ends, I'm so grateful and so happy. I was born in 1969, and believe me, life has been nothing but toxic manipulation up till now. And all these years we kept saying, something's gotta give, something's gotta change. And now it is. With 2025, with all the potential energy, the opportunity that it has brought for us, and these two powerful eclipses, we have to be ready now to bring that change into our lives. But at the same time, it requires for us to show up for ourselves. If ever the statement about it's now or never was true, I'm telling you, it's true for these two eclipses. But it doesn't feel like a warning energy to me. It feels like kind of a strong promise. But a promise is a promise. We have to do our part of the bargain. We have to show up for ourselves. We have to be courageous. And I say again, 2025 is a time-sensitive year. 2025 is a time-sensitive opportunity in the form of a year unlike any other. So that's all for now, folks. I hope you're enjoying the eclipse. And before I wind up this eclipse, this recording, I wanted to share with you. I was tried to stop from recording this post in so many ways, and I could see it, but I kept going, and I made many attempts to get it out there. And so finally, it's here. And so stay groovy, stay good to yourself, and because that's what's required at this now. This is a great eclipse, my beautiful friends. Until next time, have fun, stay healthy, stay in gratitude, enjoy. All the best. Thank you.